Let's face it, the majority of racing games are boring, but the premise of this video is to show you the top 15 newest racing games for Android in 2023. If you're tired of playing the same old Asphalt titles or maybe something more arcade, like traffic racing, don't worry, because we have the perfect solution. Let's discuss the top 15 best racing games for Android in 2023. If you want the link to any of these, you can find them in our blog. I'll mention the link in the video's description as well. Now without further ado, let's dive straight into the list. At number 15, we have Real Car Racing. This game seemed pretty mid, but honestly, the touch-to-grab controls really gave me a refresher on how arcade racing games should be. For the whole race, you have to keep your finger on the screen and drag it to handle your car. Real Racing offers nothing special, but it's just straightforward fun. If you're a fan of arcade racing game, then this title will be your partner when you're bored and tired of playing complex titles. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one a 4 out of 10. At number 14, we have Drag Racing 3D. Drag Racing 3D has some of the most decent graphics in any drag racing game on Android. When I first opened the game, I could tell that the developers had great attention to detail specifically for the car parts and their specifications. The cars are highly customizable, but one thing that I disliked about the game is that it's just too simple. All you need to do is press a button, and based on your car's configuration, you will see whether you are the winner or the loser. The gameplay is straightforward, but it gets boring really quickly. Still, if you're looking for a game where customizability is the main focus with less emphasis on technical drag gameplay, then you should try Drag Racing 3D. For the rating, I'd like to give this one a 4 out of 10. At number 13, we have Drag Clash Pro. Straight out of the racing world, Drag Clash Pro might not have the best graphics, but it has exceptional gameplay for drag racing. You can use gear shifters and have everything stable to win. Moreover, the game is pretty badass and intense, and I found it much better than Drag Racing 3D. This game is the perfect title for you if you're into games that will make your adrenaline pumping. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one a 4.5 out of 10. At number 12, we have Motorsports Rivals. Motorsports Rivals has one of the most interesting gameplays I've ever seen. It doesn't require a lot of brain power and works smoothly on almost every phone. So the gameplay is pretty simple. It's a strategic game where you get different cards, and in these cards, you get various stats that are applied and will indicate your wins and losses. The game can be played in portrait mode, something that a lot of gamers prefer. Let me know down below whether you like a game in portrait or landscape mode. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one a 5 out of 10. At number 11, we have Real Drift Racing 2. This new racing game is very interesting since it is home to stunts and drifting. You can do both as well. When I was playing Real Drift Racing 2, I had a lot of fun doing car stunts, making it go from place A to place B and practically flying in this complex world. While the game won't blow you off and had mid graphics, you can still enjoy the fast-paced gameplay with instant turns and have a great time. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one a 5 out of 10. At number 10, we have NS2 Underground. Wait a minute, NS2? Underground? Sounds too familiar. Well, if you thought the same thing, then you're right. NS2 Underground is heavily inspired by Need for Speed Underground, and it just shows in its gameplay. The developers of this game tried very hard and very well to make a game similar to Underground and Underground 2. Now, it's not as well executed as Need for Speed Underground, but the game offers some good drifts and the gameplay is overall enjoyable. One thing that I personally loved about NS2 is its handling. You will have such a great time just driving through the darker cities. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one a 5 out of 10. At number 9, we have Tire Car Racing. Tire is an insanely enjoyable 3D car racing game. It is very fast-paced, you will have to be quick and execute your handling like professional games. However, it is surely less realistic compared to some other titles on the list. There's a huge car collection in this game along with some of the most popular supercars like Bugatti, Lambos, and a lot more. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one a 5 out of 10. What color is your Bugatti? At number 8, we have Fast X Racing Tap Drift. This game is obviously inspired by the Fast and Furious series and the gameplay is second to none. It has some of the most intensive gameplays I've ever seen in any drifting game, and it works with unique tap drift mechanics, meaning that you won't need to do a lot of handling, but it's all about timing. Nevertheless, Fast X Racing is a super enjoyable game and will give you smooth gameplay with higher FPS for you to enjoy. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one a 6 out of 10. At number 7, we have Car Simulator 3D Car Games. Alright, we need to talk about this one. Earlier when I said racing games are getting too boring, Car Simulator 3 is the solution to it. The game is just so much fun to play that it makes other games boring. It has the most adrenaline rushing gameplay on this list, and it makes sure that you never get bored playing it. The game provides you with drifting and stunts so you never get bored no matter how much you play it. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one a 7 out of 10. At number 6, we have Drive.rs. Drive.rs has got to be my favorite personal game on this list. It has some of the best graphics with gameplay that also supports the graphics. While the game is not as optimized as much as you'd like, it still performs like a king. The game has natural settings with animals and nature all around. Moreover, it has an interesting open world gameplay with extreme attention to details, making it one of the best and newest racing games for Android. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one an 8 out of 10. At number 5, we have Ace Racer. Now we're getting into the top 5 and some of the best games you'll see on our list. As I told you before, the list gets better as we move towards the top 5. Well, we're here. Ace Racer is basically PUBG mixed with cars. The graphics are amazing, you have your own characters and cars, and customization is just a breeze. But the ultimate race in the unique and futuristic open world maps make this game one of the best racing games on our list. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one an 8 out of 10. At number 4, we have Celuto Racing. This game is an absoluto gem. Being a new fan favorite racing title, this game has still so much potential. I mean, if the 10 million plus downloads don't speak for its hype, I don't know what does. The game has some multiplayer that you can enjoy, and thanks to the awesome gameplay and amazing graphics, you're just going to double down on the fun. There are many new cars, and the game gets regularly updated with new parts, some graphical updates, and a lot more. All in all, if you're looking to play a game that's not only good but will provide you with hours of fun, then Celuto Racing is the ideal title for you. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one a 9 out of 10. At number 3, we have Rally Horizon. My favorite personal game on this list is Rally Horizon due to the plethora of reasons. First, it supports a higher FPS. Now, I couldn't really understand whether it was 60, 90 or 120 frames, but it was surely at least 60. Moreover, the 3D racing experience coupled with great car handling and some of the best graphics you've ever seen makes Rally Horizon a great newer title on our list. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one a solid 9 out of 10. At number 2, we have Gear.Club. Gear Club is a true racing game just like it's said in the title. The game has loads of events along with the authentic and realistic graphics. The developers are legit car guys since the game has some of the best simulated engines, suspensions and aerodynamics. It is surely the most extreme game on our list, and if you talk about its open world, it's just too beautiful. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one a perfect 10 out of 10. At number 1, we have Grid. The number 1 spot is something that I had to think about. The only deserving title has to be Grid. The game is just perfect. You won't miss out on anything from its graphics, gameplay, and controls to the simulation and arcade settings. If I were to describe Grid in 2 words, it would be console level. Yes, you're getting a game that's closest to playing on a console, and it's my number 1 recommendation for the best racing game on Android. For the ratings, I'd like to give this one a 10 out of 10. And that's about it. In this video, we've covered a total of 15 newest racing games for you to enjoy on your Android smartphone. All the links can be found in our blog, which I'll link in the video's description, so make sure to check that out as well. And before leaving this video, please like, subscribe and ring that bell icon so you won't miss our future videos. Until next time, peace!